All right, thank you, sir. All right, the duties of a police officer is to um, keep the law. Just make sure all the players are playing by the state rules and just keeping order. Trying to maintain that chaos that we do have here in the one state, and just just abide by our faction rules and also the game rules. That way, we have proper role play. So, as a officer of one state, your responsibilities is to maintain the integrity of the police faction. That means during your actions, every interaction, just making sure you as positive as can be, not really negative. So you got to be open to criticism, stuff like that. You got to know how to take it without reacting all the time. So just make sure you maintaining your integrity, keeping you cool in difficult situations, and taking the right precautions and procedures when you do make those arrests and you do issue those violations, and just documenting everything appropriately and according to the one state rules. Oh, it was good. Hold up. It was good. I really enjoyed it. I used to, be an officer here. Yeah, I already know that, but I think it was pretty good. I met, some rookies that I didn't know, so it was a good experience. Um, FTOs, they made sure, that even though I did take a little break, that I, still got my training done. So in case I don't, have any mistakes. So our goal is to just make sure we set an example first of all. So I think we should be showing everybody we leading by example. That mean under no circumstances we should be in our pen. Just make sure we always in some type of form of our duty and doing it professionally. Okay, sir, that is a administration violation, and the charge for that would be a 3.6, sir. So if you resist arrest, sir, that would be a administration violation, and that would be a 3.1 for resisting. So how the system works, you are allowed to get 2 reps, but once you have 3 reps, you will be stripped of your duties as an officer, just because they feel like they gave you a chance and leeway for correction. And if you get 3 of them, that means you just didn't, you really didn't listen to the correction, and you really did something serious. If you got 3 of them, it's becoming a habit. So at that point, they do let you go, unfortunately. So before any interaction with a situation where you do have to use your taser or your firearm, you do have to drop your macros. Also, it's good to hit your mic every now and then just to make sure they understand. And in case they can't see the macros, it's a double interaction thing, so they can't say, well, I didn't know he was talking to me. Or just make sure you're hitting your mic, and make sure you're using your mic. That way you got all your evidence covered, but using it in a professional way. You know what I'm saying? No, sir. We do have cooldowns. So once you engage with a suspect, you gotta pick and choose when to engage. Cause if you go down and you come back, that is considered abuse. I guess. And yeah, they got the cooldowns for that, just because they don't want players NRPing, all over the map, going back to the same location repeatedly, and repeatedly killing each other. Okay, so RP 14 is gonna be sexual harassment. That says, like, if you feel like someone is sexually advancing towards you, or you sexual advance towards someone, they just no play, kind of procedure. They don't allow that in this server. So if you caught doing that, chances are you probably gonna be banned, or any type of consequences behind it. Gonna follow that. It's a very serious situation. No, sir. If you are in a police vehicle, any police vehicles, you do have to be doing police-related work. That includes mission patrols, 1032 backups, or just regular patrolling around the city. Just make sure you're doing something pertaining to your job. Yes, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. That's kind of funny though, because I got fired for killing somebody, and I did have role play reason, but you learn from your mistakes. I maybe should have tased the guy. You know what I'm saying? And put handcuffs on him and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just thought we was allowed to, because if you're VDM, and it's kind of hard to tase somebody when they're like constantly running you over. So I don't know. Oh yeah, I can tell you. Five rookie rules. Okay, you're not allowed on floor one, especially around the jail room. Uh, you cannot request rank ups. Um, you cannot use any force, detain, handcuff any civilians. You're not allowed to engage with civilians. Um, if you're in a mission patrol car vehicle, if you get shot at, you can defend yourself, but it's best to keep going. That way, you don't put yourself in a situation that you don't really need to be in. Just kind of radio it in, and keep going. Um, what else? Oh, you gotta know the chain of command. You gotta know how to follow the chain of command. Um, Don't never skip chain of command whenever you need something done. I always follow the chain of command until the situation is dealt with. Keep your body cam on at all times. Uh, no circumstances you should be attacking any civilians for no role play reason whatsoever. Um, that's for everybody. 5 police policies. All right, you have to be respectful at all times. No AFK. That's mean if you do go AFK, please let somebody know how long you're gonna be AFK. If it's gonna be a long time, just go on and log out and just come back. Um, always stay in your role play. So that means just staying in character. As a police officer, that means no power game and stuff like that. Um, uh, trying to think of one more. Oh yeah, I can say Chink, man. So rookies report to badge officers. Badge officers report to vested. Vested report to supervisor FTOs. Supervisor FTOs report to colonel colonel FTOs, which is the head training officers. So supervisor FTOs report to head training officers, and head training officers report to major generals. Major generals report to lieutenant generals. Lieutenant generals report to colonel colonel generals. Colonel generals report to the deputy federal generals, and deputy federal generals are up under the chief of police.